Brody. Advance tickets at the Mayburn Civic Center. And remember, kids under 12, only $3 general admission. Join the television taping of Texas All-Star Wrestling, the 22nd Temple Texas All-Star Wrestling.
Texas All-Star Wrestling 86 on the road. Tonight, we're at the Freeman Coliseum, San Antonio, for the finals of the Texas six-man tag team tournament. We'll be showing you highlights of the great matches, plus we will be going for that main event and give you the winner of the new Texas six-man tag team championship. That's coming up later on today here. Here with me is the Cowboy, Scott Casey. And Scott, it's good to have you back, but I know it's also kind of what you're going to tell us is not what a lot of fans will want to hear.
Steve, as you know, I was supposed to be scheduled in a six-man tag match with Big Bubba and the one-man gang. But as you can tell here, I'm kind of wrapped up. And this was, well, it took place down in Corpus Christi, and you people will see what happened later on in this show as to why my ribs are the way they are. Also, I want to say goodbye to all my friends. I'm not going to be wrestling in the Texas area for quite a while. They've supported me quite a bit, and they've been behind me, and I've always been behind them and tried to give them 150%. But there's one person I especially want to say something to, and that's you, Bruiser Brody. I won't be seeing you for a while, but then again, I may be seeing you sooner than you think. But I want to say goodbye to everyone, and thank you for your support, and I'll see you down the road.
Thank you very much, Scott Casey. It's good to have you here anytime in Texas, and we look forward to your return.
Thank you.
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because the big six-man tag team tournament is about to begin. Our opening match is coming up right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, the opening match here in the final round of the Texas six-man tag team championship is in the ring. You can hear in the background the announcer, Mark Nolte, here at the Freeman Coliseum, San Antonio. Let's go to the ring here and pick up this action of the match, which will see the American Force and the Hitman, David Patterson, teaming up against Hacksaw, Higgins, Chris Adams, and, of course, the Golden Boy, Mike Golden. Here we go. Going for the leverage. Michaels is going back. Diamond going back. Adams seems to have it going his way, but here comes Diamond powering back up. Diamond about to get even with Chris Adams. And back there at the standoff now, and maybe Diamond has things going his way. Oh, as Higgins starts in, the referee went over to Higgins, and Adams reached up, pulled the hair of Michaels, and pulled him off. And I keep wanting to say, Michael, this is Diamond. Excuse me, Paul Diamond. Exciting Paul Diamond of the American Force. Dives in with an elbow. Chris Adams moves out from underneath. Diamond's head slammed into the boot of the Golden Boy now. Adams and Higgins hold as the Golden Boy lays him in. Here comes the Hitman in. Referee intercepts him as Golden continues to pound on Paul Diamond. Diamond bouncing off the ropes. Oh, and the Golden Boy diving in there with that head is knocked Paul Diamond down. He rakes the laces of the boots around the area of the eyes. The head of Paul Diamond slammed into the turnbuckle as you saw the Golden Boy tagging out now to Chris Adams. Chris Adams has Diamond on the ropes. He and Golden whip him across the ring, and then they double clothesline him as Golden finally gets out. Chris Adams. Nice suplex there. There's a tag. It's Golden coming back in. Diamond unable to get over and tag out to either one of his partners. There's a slam. There's a count. It's a 2. Golden slams Diamond's head into the knee of Hacksaw Higgins. Hacksaw Higgins putting elbows to the back of the head of Paul Diamond. Diamond taking it here from Hacksaw Higgins as Higgins doubled up those knees and put him underneath the chin of Diamond. Now it's Higgins slamming Paul Diamond down. He comes across from that 300 pounds across the chest. Paul Diamond kicks out at 2. Diamond bouncing off the ropes. Oh, he goes over the top of Hacksaw Higgins. He's over the top, but Higgins hits him with that fist. And Diamond thought that he could get away from Hacksaw Higgins, but he didn't make it. In behind with a face lock, it's Hacksaw Higgins. Higgins holding on to Paul Diamond. Fantasy was yelling something into the ring as she is outside as we continue to watch Diamond and Hacksaw Higgins. And this is Texas 6-man tag team action. New champions to be crowned here tonight. Here comes Diamond. He ducked underneath. Cross body block. He's on top of Hacksaw Higgins. He gets thrown off at the count of 1. Arm drag. Body slam. Diamond takes Higgins, whips him across the ropes. Throws him into the air. Here comes Chris Adams. He gets the drop kick. There comes Golden. He gets the drop kick. Diamond leading house here at the Freeman Coliseum. Paul Diamond waits for one of the men to get back into the ring, and it's going to be Hacksaw Higgins. Chris Adams is up on that top rope. No, he doesn't come down onto the back of Paul Diamond like he had thought he wanted to. Now it's Higgins with a kick. Hacksaw Higgins reaches down, grabs Paul Diamond, stomps that head across that knee. Diamond's in a bad spot here. A little choking from Golden. Outside, it's the Hitman coming over, trying to break things up. Inside, it's Chris Adams now, pounding on Paul Diamond. Adams lays in a good one. Adams with another one, and that knocks Paul Diamond down. Paul Diamond's been in there a long time. Well, Chris Adams turning things around to his advantage now. He snatches the leg. 1, 2. Didn't get to 3. Chris Adams takes Paul Diamond, whips him across the ring. Oh, he went for the drop kick. Diamond held on to the rope. Can he get over and make the tag? Yes, he does. The Hitman has tagged in. There's the drop kick. Down goes Chris Adams. The Hitman has him covered up. He only gets a 2 count. Here comes Chris Adams bouncing off the rope. This time an elbow from the Hitman knocks him back down again. Here's the count. It's 2 again. David Patterson with an uppercut forearm. As the Hitman punishes Chris Adams, he slams him to the mat, covers him up, goes for a pin, and he gets a 1 this time. Chris Adams. The Hitman with another slam. Dives in with an elbow. Chris Adams moves out from underneath. Chris Adams going for the pile driver. Can he get it? He does. Chris Adams with the pile driver on the Hitman, David Patterson. Here goes Chris Adams out on that top rope. Adams comes down as Fantasy is up on the apron. Here comes Golden. And Fantasy was having words with Chris Adams. Golden didn't like it out. Adams and Golden getting into the action. Drop kick. There's a count in the ring as the Hitman gets the 3 count. The American Force for Fantasy getting up there and something happened. I don't know what she said to Chris Adams. Golden didn't like it. But the American Force and the Hitman win the opening round as they defeat Hacksaw, Higgins, the Golden Boy, and Chris Adams. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because coming up next, it's the new Diablos against Big Bubba, a one-man gang, and Mark Youngblood. That's Texas 6-man tag team action continues. Texas All-Star Wrestling will return to Austin very soon. I want to tell you that Texas All-Star Wrestling will be in Caldwell to SPJST Hall on Friday, January the 31st, 7:30 starting time. You'll see the Golden Boy, Mike Golden, going into the ring to meet the Hitman, David Patterson. The Wild Bull Ayala from Central America will be there to meet Buddy Moreno, the South American heavyweight champion. From Africa, the mighty Zulu, plus other great wrestling stars. Advance tickets on sale to Country Corner, the Sonic Drive-In, and the SPJST Hall. That's Friday, January the 31st, Caldwell, Texas. Texas All-Star Wrestling. The Wild Bull Ayala against Buddy Moreno in Caldwell.
Buddy Moreno, you think you was lucky? You think you was run away from me? You think I never gonna get you? You think I'm gonna forget everything? No, I can forget nothing. What that happened to you and I, we're gonna set it down right here in Texas, because I'm not happy the way he stole my belt. I don't say he win that belt. He stole that belt. And Buddy Moreno, you're in a lot of trouble, because when I get my hands on you, you're gonna be sorry. I mean, the people are gonna be sorry, because I'm gonna destroy you the way I want.
Wild Bull Ayala will be in Caldwell against Buddy Moreno. The mighty Zulu makes his first appearance.
In Caldwell, Texas, this is the Zulu. I don't know who he's wrestling, but whoever he wrestles, when he hit him with that African soup bone, if they don't fall down, they'll do funny things standing up. I don't like bringing my men into Caldwell, Texas. It's too small. There's not enough money there. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Caldwell, Texas. I'll bring the Magnificent Zulu there for one time only after he pulverized whomever he goes against, because he knows that the Honorable One don't like losers.
Another great 6-man tag team match about to enter the ring here at the Freeman Coliseum as the tournament continues. You'll be seeing Mark Youngblood, who is taking Scott Casey's place, teaming up with Big Bubba and the one-man gang to go against the new Diablos. Let's go to the ring now and pick up the action.
I wouldn't want a guy that big twisting on my arm.
I wouldn't either. Here comes the one that's a little bigger, the one-man gang.
Bombs away.
Well, this is when you wonder what's going to happen.
Boy.
Look out. Look at that.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, you know, those body slams hurt, but when you got a guy like the gang picking you up, how high in the air are you?
Feel like you're falling from the sky.
Well, that's for sure.
That's one-man gang. You threw him right out there. He'll go right out after him.
He is going out after him.
Oh, yes, he will.
I want to tell all you fans in San Antonio, Texas All-Star Wrestling every Monday night at the Wrestlathon. Come on by. We'd like to see you. One-man gang is over there. Looks like he's using the rope to his advantage.
One-man gang, brother. He won't stop at nothing. That's him. That's the way he does it right there.
Yeah. As the lights come on, we watch the action. Here comes a one-man gang back up. We'd like to welcome WD-TV Channel 5 in Clarksburg, West Virginia, to the Texas All-Star Wrestling Network. We hope all you fans in West Virginia are enjoying the action.
There go Youngblood with the big chop there. Oh, yeah, he's cutting it loose now.
Takes care of all three of the wrestlers from Mexico. Youngblood, look at those big chops.
Youngblood's good. He's a good wrestler.
Now it's both Diablos in there on Mark Youngblood. They pound him down to the mat. Boots come to the back. Here comes the other wrestler from Mexico over to help out from outside the ring as he has.
Yeah, the referee don't see that.
Well, the referee is tied up over there with one of the Diablos.
You cannot blame that on the referee because he don't see it.
Well, when there's 6 men in the ring, well, I'll tell you what, it's hard for the referee to keep up, and you know that.
Yes. The Diablos now, they got somebody more their size, but they don't know what to do with one-man gang and Big Bubba. It's too much meat for them.
That's for sure.
Just pull the trunks there.
Talking about the Texas Cup stars, we're going to be showing a Texas Cup semifinal match here later on today on Texas All-Star Wrestling right here from the Freeman Coliseum in San Antonio. But some of the names entered in the Texas Cup, those wild Samoans from the WWF, that Seek and Alpha.
Oh, yes.
And also the Tonga Kid.
Yes, Tonga Kid's very good. The Wild Samoan are very, very tough. Now, the Wild Samoan, now those are 2 guys I'd like to see against the gang and Big Bubba. Now, that would be something to see.
Oh, that would be something to see. That would be a great fight. We'll be picking up some Texas Cup action next week from Temple, Texas, right here on Texas All-Star Wrestling, as we were on the road in Temple to Mayburn Civic Center to pick that action up for you.
Well, you know, Steve, if I wore a hat, I would take my hat off to Shawn Michaels and Paul Diamond. The 2 men have really come on and got it together, and they really defend their title. I mean, like 2 men. They fight hard.
Exciting victory here earlier tonight. They'll be continuing on.
They did. It couldn't happen to 2 finer young men.
Here comes the one-man gang tagging back in. Some of that Texas Cup action you'll be seeing next week from Temple, Texas. You'll be seeing Bruiser Brody against Big Bubba.
That would be something to see. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, don't miss that.
And that's going to be quite a fight. Also, one of the Zambuie Express will be going into the ring to meet the Wild Samoan.
The Wild Samoan.
The Tonga Kid will take on Kamala.
Well, that's going to be something to see because Kamala is another man that's very unpredictable. The guy doesn't speak English. You never know what he's going to do. It's going to be something to see. It's going to be a lot of excitement.
That are just some of the great matches you'll be
now,
seeing.
You see how they're handling that one-man gang there. Now, he's a big man. Now, they're kicking him on the leg there. And that's one thing they're very smart on. You got to get a big man off of his feet.
They're softening those legs up, and they're keeping them in their corner where all 3 of them can do the damage.
They're tagging in and out. But
they're staying in longer than they are out.
Yeah, that's right. But that's not enough for one-man gang. He's a big man, and he's been there before.
It's the Diablos and their partner. All 3 of them on the one-man gang, and as big as he is, I don't know if these 3 weigh as much as he does.
I don't think so. They're trying to wear the big man down, but I don't think it's going to work. They're doing a pretty good job of it right now. They still don't have him off of his feet yet. You got to get a man that big off of his feet.
Big forearm to the back by the Diablos.
Yes.
That's the new Diablos. As now you see one of them choking as he has Bubba, a big one-man gang over that top rope.
Yes.
Bubba and Mark Youngblood over there would like to get in, but every time they start in, the referee cuts them off.
Yes. See, one-man gang is still on his feet. He still have a lot of fight left in him. You've got to get a man like that off your feet, as I said once before.
There's a kick as the new Diablos, both of them in the ring. Now finally one of them gets out.
Right now they're doing some good teamwork. See the one, the guy kicking him on this side here. Oh, see?
Oh, here comes the one-man gang slugging him back.
Well, the one got him from behind there. They got him to his knees.
There's a kick to the back.
Yes.
One-man gang in the wrong corner. This is a place you don't want to be in a 6-man tag team match.
For sure.
One-man gang's leg is tied up in the ropes, and the Diablos are kicking at it now.
Yes, that's a good move on their part. You got to keep a man that big, as I said before, tied up like that. Don't you run a lot of trouble.
There's the one-man gang with a kick of its own.
Yes, that's what I was telling you. He needs to fight his way out of that corner now.
Well, he's been in that corner a long time, Tom.
See, they keep pounding on the leg there. They're kicking him on the leg. They're trying to get him down.
Don't forget the action coming to you next week, Texas Cup action, but this is Texas 6-man tag team finals. We're going to have a new Texas 6-man tag team champion. What a kick.
Yeah, did you see that? Right on the button. Oh, there goes the gang.
He's going to clean out.
Yes. Oh, he's going to tag out now. Youngblood's coming in.
He's tagging out to Mark Youngblood, and Mark Youngblood comes in. But the one-man gang is not left yet. He grabs the man, whips him into the ring.
Very good.
Cross body block off that top rope. It's one, two, three, it's all over. As Big Bubba, the one-man gang, and Mark Youngblood win it. And they'll continue on to the finals here tonight in the Texas six-man tag team championship. Tom, thanks for coming by.
It's been a pleasure.
The hands of Bruiser Brody in a cage match. Let's take you now and show you exactly what happened at the Memorial Coliseum in Corpus Christi as Scott Casey was battling Chris Adams. Bruiser Brody, the $1 million man, has come into the ring, and Gary Hart has closed the cage, and that's Brody with Casey. Unscheduled, Brody appears, takes the boot to Casey, and now there's that 2x4 that has appeared every time that Brody appears on the scene. And Bruiser Brody is here pounding on Scott Casey. He is taking that 2x4 right to the chest of Casey. Now he's trying to get to the referee, George Stevens. George better look out or he's going to feel that 2x4. There's that 2x4 going into the midsection of Scott Casey. Well, when you hear the ambulance, you know that Bruiser Brody is on the scene. Brody has pounded Scott Casey so much with that 2x4 that there's no way that Casey's going to get out of the ring on his own. The Metatron's people are bringing the gurneys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you saw, Scott Casey had those ribs taped earlier. Let's take you now to the office of Dr. Bowman as he is offering some medical assistance to Scott Casey. Dr. Bowman, what injuries are you treating Scott Casey for?
I'm treating Scott Casey for a separated shoulder, lacerated ribs, fractured ribs, and laceration in the chest cavity.
Well, these all came, of course, from the 2x4. If it had been somebody like me, I think the injuries would have been much more severe.
It would have been totally disabled.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't me, but I hate to see it happen to anybody, especially a friend of mine like Scott Casey.
A man in his physical condition and the hard work he's done in the gym and exercise caused him to live through this. Otherwise, he would have been disabled.
Well, Doc, what are you doing with Scott Casey to get him back where he'll be able to get in a professional wrestling ring again?
I'm giving him ultrasound and physical therapy and deep massage, and we'll get him back in several weeks.
Well, several weeks, maybe longer than that, maybe?
About 10 weeks or so.
Well, Doctor, what does he have to do when he's not in your office?
We'll have him under exercise and swimming and different types of therapy that will limber his body back up and aid his circulation and keep him in physical condition.
Does he have to visit you every day?
Every day.
And you're going to keep a close watch on him for many weeks?
On him, yeah.
Well, Scott, I know that you hate to sit here in the doctor's office, but the way it stands right now, that 2x4 did the damage to you, and I think that Brody really had something in for you because I know he'll do anything to make Gary Hart happy.
That's true, Steve. I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. I realize, and you realize, that professional wrestling is the hardest sport known to man. I think this all stems back from in the cage whenever Gary Hart kind of got under my skin and made me irritated, and he wanted to leave the ring after saying a few things to me, and I just felt like I was going to show him in the world of wrestling that he wasn't about to run roughshod over me. So when I knocked him down, I mean, obviously, Bruiser Brody was brought out there to take care of me with a 2x4 because knowing Gary Hart and the way he is and paying $1 million to a man like Bruiser Brody came and did his deed and made his money for that night.
Scott, I know the doc is spending a lot of time with you, and of course, you're the type of guy who likes to get out of you, feel like you'd want to go right back to it, but you know better than that now, don't you?
Well, Steve, you know, I've always been real active, and I would like to go back right now, but I know I'm not physically able to, and I appreciate everything that Dr. Bowman is doing for me. It just seems that I just can't wait to get back in there and get him.
Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing you back one of these days soon, we hope.
Well, I hope so too, Steve, and Bruiser Brody, I want to direct this to you. I may be back sooner than you think.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bowman, for allowing us to come into your office. And, Scott, we want to wish you the best of luck, and I know the fans out there would like for you to get well soon. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more right after this.
So they're bringing them in from all over, WWF, the NWA, world class, wherever they come from, it don't matter. Because first thing we're going to do is win this cup, we're going to take his top off here and fill up Texas tea. We're going to have a big party, especially with all that money I'm going to have right after that. You know, I could care less about American football. The important thing is this prestigious Texas Cup, never before in the state of Texas. Anything as prestigious as a cup, and you can better believe the devastation incorporated with the General, with Elijah and Kareem and Kamala, will walk away with the Texas Cup.
See, some big names of professional wrestling are coming here to Texas. You people think the Battle of the Alamo is big. The Texas Cup is going to make it look like a birthday party. Paul and I realize we may have to wrestle each other and anybody else, but when the end comes, Paul and I are going to go after that Texas Cup either.
Right, baby. Just like everybody said, the Tonga Kid is here in Texas today. The reason why I'm here, I heard there's a tournament going on about this play.
Well, let me explain one thing to you people. The Tonga Kid is here, and he's ready to go after this play. And don't you people forget that.
As far as the eye can see, they're coming for this cup, baby, and I'm going to be ready for it.
Right, the Texas Cup, ain't that beautiful, Steve? And the Golden Boy, my man, is going to win this cup for me.
I'm going to put California Cup on that and show it what it really should be, because I tell you what, I'm taking this back to California with me.
Because wrestling from everywhere go be there, and I go be the winner.
And I know for a fact the only two men's going to be left. It's going to be the two baddest men in there. It's me, and the other baddest man is Bruiser Brody. Well, that's the way I want it, because I know for a fact, Bruiser Brody, you take a ride in ambulance.
As well as you know, I know the ultimate winner is going to be one big Bruiser Brody. And as far as you, Wahoo McDaniels, if you get through the Texas Cup competition, the Big Bruise and I'll be waiting for you. Don't forget what happened to you last time, Wahoo.
$100,000 on the line, and I got the Magnficent Zulu here. I'm bringing him in all the way from Africa. Look at that body check stack. Look at those arms on him, because he's going to get this belt right here. If he don't, one of my men will.
Texas Cup. People are coming from all over the world just to win this cup. I guarantee you my hand's going to be in this gold, too. I come from a long way, and I'm not going to go out with my tail between my legs. I guarantee you I am going to be a winner.
Super Bowl Sunday. $100,000, people. The Texas Cup. This is it. This is the big one. Can you dig it? All over the country, people are crawling in. Ha! How can I lose with the stuff I use? So get your faces in the place. And don't be late, because the Iceman's going to be there. Can you dig it? Ha! Like Mama says, it be that way sometime.
General Scandor Akbar at ringside. Let's pick up the action. As you can see, the Zambuie diving in there with a knee. Gary Hart of H&H Associates is there. Oh, and just off to the left in the corner, Kamala has Gary Hart. Kamala has Gary Hart. El Madril and Killer Brooks come help out. You see Friday at ringside also, along with the General Scandor Akbar. In the ring, the $1 Million Man takes the Zambuie Express, throws him out on the apron, and here comes Brody out after him. Next week, Texas Cup action from Temple, Texas. Ooh, the Zambuie's head thrown into the table as they begin to do a little house moving down there at ringside. You can see Brody and Brooks and Madril. Brody has a chair. Brody going after the Zambuie. Brooks has a chair. Brody throws a chair into the ring. Texas six-man tag team action. We're going to crown the new Texas six-man tag team champions here tonight. The Zambuie throws back underneath that bottom rope, and let's see who the legal man is in with him. It is going to be Killer Brooks. Killer Brooks with a boot. Killer Brooks pounding on the Zambuie Express. Don't forget, the cameras of Texas All-Star Wrestling will be at the Hemisfair Arena in San Antonio on Super Bowl Sunday the 26th for the Super Bowl Sunday Wrestling Spectacular. And it's the finals of the Texas Cup. And I'm going to give you those names which have been entered in the Texas Cup tournament, which has already going throughout the state of Texas, and we'll come to the big finals at the Hemisphere Arena on the 26th, and we'll be there to capture the action for you. Killer Brooks finds the big Zambuie on top of him as the Zambuie is using that rope for leverage. Here are some of the stars of the Texas Cup. Of course, the Bruiser Brody, the Wild Bull Ayala, the two Zambuie Express, the Bummy, the Golden Boy, the Mighty Zulu, and you'll see him next week here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. Madril, Killer Brooks, Kamala, the Ugandan Giant, Big Bubba, Scott Casey. Well, Scott Casey had to check out of that one because of the injury, and the statement you heard from Scott Casey earlier here on Texas All-Star Wrestling Night. The Hitman, the American Force, Buddy Moreno, Bobby Duncombe, the Tonga Kid, the two Samoans, those gentlemen representing the WWF out of New York. Angel Blanco Jr. from Mexico, Wahoo McDaniel, the new Diablos, Austin Idol, Chris Adams, Big Bubba, and the list goes on and on. That's Texas Cup action. You don't want to miss it. Back into the ring, it's Madril with a Zambuie Express. Madril holding on to the Zambuie. Kamala is right there with him. Oh, a headbutt. Another headbutt from the Ugandan Giant. The Zambuie holding on to the head of Madril. Madril trying to fight his way back out of that corner. He's whipped into the other corner now, and Madril reverses and throws the Zambuie in there. And now he throws him the other way, right into Killer Brooks, and Brooks pounds, and here comes the $1 Million Man, Bruiser Brody, as he is tagged in. Well, it's both Zambuies, Madril and Bruiser Brody. Now here comes Brooks. Brooks with an elbow. As Madril is tied up with one of the Zambuies, Kamala is right there helping out. Brody and Brooks clothesline the Zambuie Express. Bruiser Brody dives in there with that 300 pounds across the chest and maybe on the throat of the Zambuie, but the other Zambuie comes in with a kick and knocks Bruiser Brody off. Brody tags out to Killer Brooks. Here comes the Zambuie. Brody and Brooks with elbows knock him down. Brooks has him covered up. It's count of 2. Oh, I thought he had him. Brooks kicks. Now he tags out. Here comes the $1 Million Man of professional wrestling, Bruiser Brody. Under the advisorship of none other than Mr. Gary Hart, who is at ringside. Brody has him covered up. The other Zambuie in with a kick and knocks him off. Brody whips the Zambuie into the ropes, and there's Brody with a drop kick. Bruiser Brody with a drop kick. Has the Zambuie down, and once again another save by the other Zambuie, and Brody goes after him. Bruiser Brody finds both Zambuies, knocking him out of the ring. Here comes Madril. Madril. Brody battling it outside with the Zambuie. Into the ring, Kamala knocks Madril down. The Zambuie dives on top. The Zambuie has Madril down. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the Zambuie and Kamala are going to win it. Brody is out collecting a little hardware. The bell is sounding. This match is over. As far as the decision is going to be rendered, but it's not over as far as Bruiser Brody, the $1 Million Man, is concerned. Neither is Killer Brooks or Madril as they take that 2x4. They're pounding, but it's not going to do him any good as the Ugandan Giant, the Zambuie Express, win it. And they'll continue on here tonight. Stay tuned, because we'll be back with Texas Cup action right after this.
Texas All-Star Wrestling in Caldwell at the SPJST Hall on Friday night, January the 31st, 7:30 p.m. start time. Advanced tickets available at the Country Corner, the Sonic Drive-In, and the SPJST Hall. And a few moments ago, David Hitman Patterson was as livid as I've ever seen him. And in Caldwell on the 31st, you and the Golden Boy are going to be the targets of his wrath.
Hey, I want to tell you something. You and David Patterson especially make me want to throw right up. Whipman, we're sick and tired of you, and we're going to get you. The Golden Boy here is going to take care of you because you ain't nothing but a wimp, And your brother ain't nothing but a half man, and your sister's a hog that got ran out of the state of Texas because she's so ugly. Now, what do you think about that?
Yeah, and you're going to join your ugly sister, boy, and I'm going to end it right once and for all. If that's what you want, this is the final straw, baby. That's the way it's going to be, Daddy, and it's going to be so fine for me and Fantasy right here to walk home feeling fine, Daddy.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming up in just a moment, you'll be seeing a semifinal round for a Texas Cup match, as the Iceman King Parsons will be going against Buddy Moreno. And next week, remember, we're going to be in Temple, Texas, with a lot of that Texas Cup action. Also, we're going to bring you the finals from the Hemisfair Arena in San Antonio on Super Sunday the 26th. So now let's give you a little preview of what Texas Cup action is like. Let's go to the ring. Reversing, and the Iceman holds on to the arm of Buddy Moreno. Moreno getting very close to the ropes, and the Iceman still riding up on the back of Buddy Moreno. I think he was underneath the bottom rope, so the referee asked for the break, and he got it. Buddy Moreno in behind. The Iceman trying to power his way out. Moreno holds on tight now. He drives the Iceman forward and down to the mat, and now he comes up onto the small of the back. The Iceman grabs that chin. The Iceman trying to twist him over as they work very close to the ropes, and they go underneath that bottom rope, and the referee asks for another break. It was Buddy Moreno underneath the bottom rope. The referee, George Stevens, says break it, and they did. Texas Cup action. You're getting just a little preview of it here tonight. Next week, a lot of Texas Cup action from the Mayburn Civic Center in Temple, Texas. And don't forget, the cameras of Texas All-Star Wrestling will be at the Hemisphere Arena in San Antonio on Sunday the 26th. Super Bowl Sunday Wrestling Spectacular with the finals of the Texas Cup. You don't want to miss that. 5 minutes have gone by in this match as Moreno knocks down the Iceman. Moreno goes over the top of the Iceman, but the Iceman steps in front, gets a nice hip toss, and goes for the head and takes Buddy Moreno down. Iceman holding on to Buddy Moreno. Moreno reaches down, grabs the leg of the Iceman, picks it up. What's he going to try to do with it? Moreno tried to get him off balance to relieve the pressure that the Iceman has on the head with that side headlock. Now Moreno moves in front. They twist a little bit, both trying to come up with something here to turn this match around. It's been a pretty even battle so far. They back into the corner. It is Moreno in front. Buddy Moreno. Oh, Moreno throws a forearm on the break. Buddy Moreno threw a forearm on the break as he had the Iceman in the corner. The referee wanted him to break, but he didn't want him to throw that forearm. And the Iceman didn't look like he was expecting it either. Now he turns Buddy Moreno around. This time the referee says break, and it's a big chop from the Iceman. Moreno pushes him back out of the corner. They lock up in the referee's position. Coming out of it with a side headlock is Buddy Moreno. Moreno still holds onto the head of the Iceman. Takes him down with a hip toss. But he doesn't get to keep him as the Iceman kicks him into that head scissors. Moreno comes out of it, and Moreno dives for the head of the Iceman. Texas Cup action. A lot of Texas Cup matches next week. Remember, one of the big ones, Bruiser Brody, the $1 million man with Gary Hart, will be taking on Big Bubba. You don't want to miss that one. Side headlock by Buddy Moreno. They're backing into the corner. Still to come here today, the final match for the Texas six-man tag team tournament. There goes the Iceman down. Over the top goes Buddy Moreno. The Iceman's waiting for him this time, but Moreno went over the back. The Iceman turns around, and Moreno is waiting there for him. 2 minutes remain in this match. The finals of the Texas six-man tag team tournament yet to come here today, as you'll see the Zambuie Express and the Ugandan Giant Kamala coming out to battle it out with Mark Youngblood, Big Bubba, and the one-man gang. The winner of that to be the new Texas six-man tag team champions. That's yet to come. As we watch the time wind down on this Texas Cup match. Oh, Iceman with a headbutt. They move to the center of the ring. Now they continue to move. Moreno turns the Iceman around on the ropes. Moreno with a kick. Moreno whips him into the ropes on the other side. Comes up with an elbow to the top of the head. 1 minute remains in the match. Moreno on top. He had a 1 count, the referee says. Here comes the Iceman bouncing off the ropes again. This time a kick, and that knocks down Buddy Moreno. Iceman on top. The referee pounds that mat for a 2 count. Moreno finds himself being slammed as the Iceman covers him up again. George Stevens, another 2 count. And here comes a reverse backslide. Moreno, the South American heavyweight champion, was down for a 1 count. Moreno has the Iceman up, slams him down, covers him up. Only a 1 count that time. They back into the corner. 10 seconds remain in the match. Moreno throws the Iceman across the ring. Moreno comes in. Oh, they both go for a drop kick and a miss. And both men missing that drop kick. And there is the bell. There's the bell as time has expired for this match. We'll wait. The referee in a Texas Cup match has to make a decision, so let's see what it's going to be. Referee George Stevens will be making a decision, and he reaches over, grabs the Iceman's hand, Buddy Moreno's hand. Who's he going to raise? And it's Buddy Moreno. Buddy Moreno's hand raised as he wins the Texas Cup semi-final match over the Iceman King Parsons. Down to this, the final match, which will decide the new Texas six-man tag team champion. As you'll be seeing, the Ugandan Giant Kamala and the Zambuie Express against the one-man gang, Big Bubba and Mark Youngblood. Who's going to be the champion? We'll find out. Let's go to the ring now and pick up the action. As we pick up the action of this main event, which is the finals for the Texas six-man tag team championship. The Zambuie Express and Kamala against Big Bubba, the one-man gang, and Mark Youngblood. It's the Zambuie and Mark Youngblood battling it out in the ring. To get to the finals, well, here's the way the action went earlier. Of course, the Zambuie defeated Bruiser Brody, Killer Brooks, and Ayala Madril. Then they came back. That was in the opening round. Then they came back in the semifinal and defeated the American Force in a very controversial decision that was. And here they are against Moon, Bubba, and Youngblood, and they got there by winning their opening round match against the new Diablos. They draw to bye in the semifinal round, and here they are in the finals. Who's going to be the new champion? We'll find out in a little while here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. Don't forget, next week, Texas Cup action with the biggest stars in professional wrestling from the Mayburn Civic Center in Temple, Texas. Oh, look at the Moon come in there and handle that Zambuie, but at the same time, it's Kamala taking care of Mark Youngblood. It's Kamala and the other Zambuie over there really putting that weight to their advantage as they take care of Youngblood. The announcers' tuxedos on this program were sponsored by S&S Tuxedo Rentals, San Antonio, with 4 locations. The Ugandan giant in the corner of Big Bubba and a one-man gang, and they are putting some forearms to his back. Now the Ugandan giant tags out. In comes the other Zambuie Express. Ugandan giant is holding Youngblood. Oh! And Zambuie dives in there. That's 400-plus pounds, holding 400-plus pounds, squashing. Moon starts in, the referee. Well, he's thrown out of the way. Poor George probably weighs about 180 pounds. Moon, 450 or 60 pounds. And he just threw the referee out of the way. There's no way the referee's going to stop the one-man gang if he doesn't want to slow down. Remember, Texas All-Star Wrestling will be at the Hemisfair Arena with Super Bowl Sunday Wrestling Spectacular for the finals of the Texas Cup on January the 26th. And we'll be bringing you that action here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. Well, there are a lot of Texas 6-man tag team matches here tonight, but it's all come down to this. And the team that wins this one will be ruling the ring in Texas as a Texas 6-man tag team champion. Look at that move. Boy, you talk about a fight. Now, he's got Kamala and the Zambuie, and now Bubba comes in to help out. It's Bubba and the Moon pounding on the Zambuie Express. The Ugandan giant outside with Friday and General Skandor Akbar. Here goes Bubba getting out now. Moon reaches down and grabs the Zambuie, and now the Moon tags out. In comes Big Bubba. Bubba and the Moon whip the Zambuie in. They clothesline him. Who's going to win it? I know you've got your favorites there at home, but we'll never know until the final bell sounds here on this one. And the team that wins this one will be the true Texas 6-man tag team champion. Here comes the Moon out with Kamala. They're fighting outside. Inside, it's the Zambuie with Bubba down. 1, 2, 3. As you saw the other Zambuie helping out. Outside, it's the Moon fighting it with the Ugandan giant Kamala, and Big Bubba got it from the Zambuie. And you are now looking at Big Bubba in the ring and George Stevens raising the Zambuie's head. And that makes the Zambuie and the Ugandan giant Kamala the winners and the Texas 6-man tag team champions. And I never thought it would ever finish that way, but there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, as Texas All-Star Wrestling has crowned Texas 6-man tag team champions. You can see the action still in the background, and the people are really upset, but that's the way it's going to stand. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you that next week, Texas Cup action right here on Texas All-Star Wrestling from Temple, Texas. And we'll be bringing you that action, and you're going to enjoy it. One of the big matches will have Big Bubba going up against the $1 million man, Bruiser Brody, and much, much more. Till then, on behalf of Rufino Rodriguez and the Spanish Network, this is Steve Stack saying so long for Texas All-Star Wrestling 86 on the road tonight at the Freeman Coliseum, San Antonio.